Logic gates are the fundamental building blocks of digital electronics. They process one or more input signals and produce a single output based on a special logical function. Each gate performs a simple operation, such as AND, or not, that follows the rules of Boolean algebra. By combining these basic gates, complex digital systems like computers, microcontrollers, calculators, and communication devices can be constructed. Logic gates operate using binary values, where low is 0 and high is 1, representing the two possible states of a signal. Understanding how each type of gate behaves is essential for learning how digital circuits make decisions, control processes, and carry out computations. 9-volt connector and battery. 220 ohms resistor. Breadboard. IC 7408 AND gate. Jumper cables. LED light.
To assemble the AND gate circuit, begin by placing the 7408 IC at the center of the breadboard, making sure its pins sit on both sides of the middle gap for proper isolation. Connect pin 14 of the IC to the top positive power rail and pin 7 to the top negative power rail, as this supply power to the IC. Set both inputs of the first AND gate to low by connecting pin 1 and pin 2 to the bottom negative rail. For the output indicator, insert an LED on the breadboard with its long leg anode connected to pin 3 of the IC, which serves as the AND gate's output. The short leg cathode of the LED should connect to a 220 ohm resistor, and the other end of the resistor must go to the top negative rail to limit current and prevent the LED from burning out. After the LED and resistor are in place, insert the 9V battery connector into the rails by placing the red wire on top positive rail and the black wire on top negative rail, but do not touch the actual battery yet.
With both input tied to ground, the LED remains off, and the output will only turn on if both inputs are switched to high, demonstrating the correct behavior of the AND gate. IC 7432 OR gate. LED light. Breadboard. 9-volt connector and battery. Jumper cables. (220 ohms resistor).
To assemble the OR gate circuit, begin by placing the 7432 IC at the center of the breadboard so its pins rest on opposite sides of the middle gap. Connect pin 14 of the IC to the top positive power rail to supply voltage, and connect pin 7 to the bottom negative rail to establish the ground. Set the two inputs of the first OR gate to low by connecting pin 1 and pin 2 to the bottom negative rail. For the output indicator, insert an LED on the breadboard with its long leg connected to pin 3, which is the output of the OR gate. The short leg cathode of the LED should be connected to a 220 ohm resistor, and the other end of the resistor must go to the bottom negative rail to safely limit the LED current. After completing the component connections, insert the 9V battery connector by placing the red wire into the top positive rail and the black wire into the bottom negative rail, ensuring the battery is attached only after verifying all wiring.
When powered, the LED will remain off when both inputs are low and will turn on if either pin 1 or pin 2 is raised to high, demonstrating the correct operation of the OR gate. IC 7404 NOT gate. Breadboard. LED light. Jumper cables. 220 ohms resistor. 9-volt connector and battery.
To assemble the NOT gate circuit, begin by inserting the 7404 IC into the middle of the breadboard so that its pin rests on both sides of the center gap. Connect pin 14 of the IC to the top positive power rail, as this supplies the required voltage to the chip. Next, connect pin 7, which serves as IC's ground pin, to the bottom negative rail, and also connect pin 1 to the bottom negative rail to set the NOT gate's input to low. For the output indicator, place an LED, the breadboard, which is long leg connected to the pin 2 of the IC through a 220 OHM resistor. Ensuring the resistor limits current to the protect the LED, the short leg of the LED should be connected directly to the bottom negative power rail. After wiring the LED, insert the 9-volt battery connector by placing the red wire into the top positive rail and the black wire into the bottom negative rail. But do not attach the battery until all connections are checked.
Once powered, the NOT gate will invert the input with pin 1 held low. The LED connected to pin 2 will turn on, demonstrating the proper behavior of the 7404 inverter.
My patience is waning. Is this entertaining?
And gate. Sunod na second part. Gate 2. Part ka ng video kasi. Tama namin. Dapat ka video. And gate part 3. Hindi mo na yan. Orbit. So, kung pa yung pinaw naman, dyan sa taas. Ayan lang sa hindi. Sa hindi. Sa right side. Sa right side. Yung tapat ng mismo pula. Hindi, ius mo na sa kaliwa. Yan. Yung tapat na lang sa loop. So, kung na-start yan, basta nakadito sa pula tapos nakano. Sa ilan mo ng LED. Hindi, sila muna ng wire ng LED. Hindi, yung wire yung nasa right side. So, tapat mo. Yung right na nagsasapat ng doon yan. Tapos yan,